Wanting to film a full week of workouts for you guys for the longest time, and it's actually a big commitment to film every single workout this week. However, I'm dedicated. I'm doing it for you guys. It's going to help you, and I'll run through a voiceover of what I'm doing, maybe some mic'd up sessions if I can, and just take you through my whole week of training. So let's go. For those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Hales and I'm an online fitness coach. For those of you who are not, welcome back. I'm going to take you guys through a really exciting one this week. So enjoy. If you have any questions, drop them down below. Starting off today, actually not starting off today, I'm going to start this on the Sunday, which was my leg day. Apologies, by the way, I had to film it on my phone because my camera ran out of battery, but I'm going to try and film the rest of them on my camera. You've got to start the week with a leg day, ladies. This is really important to set this up right. Lots of women feel this in the lower back. Now, I'm going to tell you exactly how to set it up. This gets my glutes fired. This is a drop set. Make sure you really push your hips into the pad, feet really far outwards, flared out, pushing through your heels, and make sure you round your upper back. You can see it's a one exercise you can round your back to try to target the top of your glutes, the shelf, and also the hamstrings. Moving on to my favorite glute killer exercise, the hip thrust. This is a drop set with a 3-second hold at the top. Do not forget the lockout, ladies. So many people do this with no control. And at the top of this movement here, this is where the glutes are getting the most contraction. So don't neglect the lockout. And if you can't lock out, you're going too heavy. Work on a lower weight and work on trying to improve your form first before actually going up. It took me a long time to get to 130. And it has really transformed my pancake ass. So moving on to my unilaterals, I hate Bulgarian split squats. I actually did a drop set. So I had two 18 kgs and then I dropped down to single arm 18 kg in one arm, and this drop set was amazing. Now leaning forwards, and I'm making sure I'm targeting more my glutes here. I'm looking at the floor, I'm not looking up. If you sit upright and your chest is up, that means you're targeting more quads, and the focus of this session today was glutes. So make sure you control it, slow tempo, no quick reps. Your body doesn't know what you're lifting. You just have to have every single thing, time under tension and full control. Now moving on to my dumbbell step-ups, I really like to rest the dumbbell on my right leg. So my non-working leg, the dumbbell is stuck like glue. It really helps me focus more on the left, and it obviously then helps to stabilize, holding on to something. And my back leg is just touching, but it's not fully pushing off to help me. Then I did a little finish, and that was the calf raises, which I have none of. Probably should have started with this at the start, to be fair, but just a little accessory to finish my glute day. Oh, I feel really nervous to do muscle ups. I haven't done them for such a long time. I generally feel really nervous about looking silly and not being able to do them anymore. It's actually like a little bit of a gym intimidation thing that I have. So I am going to go and try them. You're going to come along with me, and we're going to do some heavy deadlifts today. So with that being said, got to finish my coffee, got to go get some more food down me, and I will see you guys in the gym very shortly. Hey team, today is a pull day and we are going in for the muscle ups. Now this gym today was so busy, I was so scared. I was actually just doing my warm-ups, and I just tried to do these just before I warm up with the band. My muscle ups felt pretty good in the warm-up. Obviously I've got the band for assistance just to warm up my lats and get my body ready, but honestly it's been so long since I've done these and I'm always too scared to do it, and the gym is always busy. But I thought, screw it, Hales, headphones on, no one is looking at you, and I just went for it. So I did a warm-up set, not great technique, chicken winging. I was a little bit disappointed. I thought, right, let's go again. Set 2, gonna see how many I can get. And I think I managed 4 or 5. The first one was okay. Maybe I need to do these in singles. But chicken winging, my right knee, you'll see here, is flying up. And that's why I'm finding it easy to get over the bar. But on the left side, you'll see my knee does not go up. And my technique is not great. So we've got some work to do on these, but I'm still learning and we have to start somewhere. I remember when I couldn't even do one. So I'm happy I can even do some. Moving on to pull-ups, it was very wide grip. I then just went for muscle ups straight into pull-ups. It was just max reps until failure. To be honest, I was pretty burnt out from the muscle ups. It kind of took everything out of me, but trying to really drive my elbows back. You can obviously do this on the assisted machine if you can't do pull-ups yet, or you can also do banded pull-ups or inverted rows. They are some of my favorite exercises that helped me get my first pull-up. Moving on to deadlifts, I actually use straps all the time. Don't judge the knee sleeves around my shins. That is just to stop my, well, basically cheese grating my shins. But we went for 10 reps at 90. Just before this set, I did do 70 for 3. I did 80 for 3. And I'm now doing 10 reps at 90 kilos. So that is how I typically warm up. I don't want to burn myself out with warm-up sets, but I also don't just go straight from nothing to 90 kilos because nobody wants an injury. Wrist straps are massively helpful, so your forearms don't burn out. You could not do this weight, or I could not do this weight, probably without the wrist straps, or I couldn't do the same amount of reps anyway because my hands are tiny. My grip would go, and you will hold yourself back with progressing if you're not using straps. So highly recommend you invest in these from Amazon, super cheap. Drop a comment down below if you have any questions about this. Then I moved on to 100 kilos, and I don't know, I just felt like I didn't trust my back. I wanted to make sure that I just protected myself a little bit. It does give you a little bit of assistance, obviously, with your core. And I was quite tired from doing 2 sets at 90, and I was now trying to do 5 reps at 100, and I did this twice. So in total, it was 4 sets. It was 90, 90, then 100, and then 100, and this was obviously 5 reps. And just trying to make sure that I'm really trying to bring my hips up with my torso. You don't want your hips shooting up first. I'm really trying to keep my back not rounded, really squeeze my lats and make sure that I'm pushing through my heels as much as the weight wants to pull me forwards. But this was pretty hard, but I was pretty happy with 2 sets at 100. Moving on to close grip pull-ups. Now this is more neutral grip. This is actually more biceps more than anything, and mid-back. So the first variation you saw me doing earlier was more lats. This is more mid-back and also biceps because of the grip positioning. I like to do these. This was actually my only bicep exercise in here. I don't do too many bicep exercises, but I think my biceps grow a lot because of my pull-ups. I did a superset with hanging leg raises. If you can't quite do these just yet, what you can do is do either V-ups, replicates this to build up your strength, or another one of my favorites is just knees to chest, just until you build up enough core strength to be able to do toes to bar. Then moving on to my lat pull downs, I did use straps again because we want to go to mechanical failure. We don't want our grip to go before the muscle we're targeting goes. So I just made sure that I was really squeezing my elbows back, and I was making sure I was just pulling it into my sternum, which is just in between your boobs. That is where you want to aim that bar to be, and make sure you're sitting really upright, and you make sure you have obviously your knees underneath that pad. So that was the rep range I did. I'll pop it on screen for you. And I did make sure I had about 60 to 90 seconds in between this, depending on how much I felt I needed. This predominantly works your lats, almost like your wings, and this does give you the illusion of a smaller waist, ladies, because you're building up your lats, and that does really, really help. Moving on to rows, this was actually not in my plan, but the gym was so busy I couldn't get on the low row. So I did bent over rows, and I just did an actual superset with inverted rows, which I'll show you in a second. But I actually do really like this variation, and just adjust the height to whatever you see fit. Obviously, the higher up it is, the easier it is. The lower it is, meaning the more laying down you are, the harder it is. So if you're a beginner, you can do this too, but you just need to put the bar a little bit higher so you're more standing than laying. And you just want to drive the elbows back, get that chest to the bar, bend in your legs, and just really try to keep your body still and just look straight up at the ceiling. Don't look forwards so that you have a neutral spine. And this absolutely killed me off at the end. And then I just finished with some wall walks. I know it's not a push day, but I'm really trying to incorporate these twice a week. These are a little bit my weakness, and I'm really trying to just get better at these. They're really frustrating. I think I only managed 5, But also if you're doing a push day, a very good little finisher for a push day. If you can't do these just yet, you can do push-ups. You can do push-ups on your knees. You can do push-ups on the Smith machine. There are so many other variations you can do of this exercise until you progress up to be able to do wall walks. Guys, that was a really brutal, spicy workout. I'm gonna put on screen what I did do. I just been to a hyrox class. It is Wednesday today. It's 7:30, and I'm gonna also put on my screen my heart rate. It did not drop. I could not film that workout because A, there wasn't enough rest time, and B, I was everywhere and the class was full, and I just thought, you know, everybody doesn't want to be filmed, right? It was not just filming me, it's filming everybody in the class. Not everybody wants that. So I didn't film the class, but I am going to put in the exact workout, what I did do, also my heart rate, my Apple Watch, so you can see how intense and hardcore it was. My heart rate went up to 190 at one point. I literally was like, I'm dying, I'm having a heart attack. And it was tough, but it was good in a good way. I'm not very good at sled pulls, guys. That is my weakness uncovered. So I need to work on them. Oh, they just hurt. I did back yesterday, as you guys saw, but I didn't do any biceps. You guys didn't see any biceps in there. I do the sled pulls today, and I feel like my biceps are coming out their arm, you know, like they feel pumped. Maybe my technique is just shit. So got to work on those. Anyway, I need to get some food. I will catch you guys in the gym and see you in my next workout of the week. Good morning, fam. It is Friday today and we are going through a push day today. So I always start off with my shoulder mobilization before. We're actually going to start with some power cleans just because I didn't do them on my pull day. So I did muscle ups instead, and then we're going to go and do some push press. Not sure what I'm going to go up to yet, but it's going to be heavy but low reps today, and then obviously I'll take you through the rest of my shoulders. But I always do figure of eights, so all the way around, get my shoulders mobilized before I do anything. I actually didn't sleep very well last night. I'm actually really tired. I'm not normally a morning kind of gal, but I'm going to Birmingham late this afternoon, and I got PT as well, so I kind of needed to come now. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm definitely not usually here at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm more of an evening kind of gal. Just do pull aparts. Keep your arms quite straight and you're just pulling back. Use quite a light band. This is a pretty light band. And then I always warm up my wrists because we're about to do cleans. So I just put my arm up and I just do about 10 reps on each side. I did have a rest day yesterday, so you think I'll be fresh, but by Friday I'm pretty knackered. But I'm saving myself for my hyrox on the weekend, so I'm trying not to burn my legs out. I don't know if you can hear me, by the way, it's really loud in here, so I'm going to probably do a voiceover. Okay, so warm up, ladies, do not neglect the warm ups. I just did some shrugs just to get my traps warm, and then I just used the barbell, which is obviously 20 kilos. So I tend to do anywhere between 1 to 2 warm up sets. Now, because this is quite a heavy compound, I'm doing power cleans, and then I'm going from power cleans into push press. So I realised I had to take all my jewellery off. I don't know why, but I always forget to take my engagement ring off, and I end up scratching it and ruining it. So I took off all my jewellery, and I just started off with 30 kilos. I just honestly did 3 reps, 3 cleans, 3 push press, and then I moved straight up onto 40s. And again, the same thing, trying to think about really shrugging, using obviously my legs to help generate the power, getting my elbows up nice and high, and making sure that I'm really pushing my head through. And I'll give you some tips and help with this as I get onto my working set as well to help you guys. And you can do this on any ability level. Obviously, choose a weight that's appropriate for you, but 1 to 2 warm-up sets always works really well for me. And now I'm moving on to my working weight, which was heavy cleans. This is heavy for me, 50 kilos. I ended up doing as many as I could without obviously poor form. So as soon as I felt like I was just, shrugging it up and my form was going, I then stopped and I had about 60 seconds rest before then going on to my push press. So I had to move off the track because they were using it for the sled pushes, which is fair enough. And then I ended up just doing as many as I could. And I think I ended up doing 5. So what to think about doing these? You want to think pop, push, head through the window. They are the 3 things I tell myself when I'm doing this. So I'm popping down, generating
generating some power, pushing it up above my head, and as I'm pushing it up above my head is coming through the window. You want to fully extend those arms out. You can see how hard this was for me, and that was what I thought that if I did another rep, I would have failed, and I definitely would have done, because that was pretty hard. So I did 5 reps, then I did a second set, 3 reps, so I couldn't finish my 5 rep range. So what I did was I dropped the weight, dropped the ego, I went down to 40 kilos, and I ended up doing 10 to 12 reps at 40 kilos. So this was kind of a bit of a burnout, just because I couldn't finish my rep range, because I was so tired from that. So then we went on to dumbbell shoulder press. Now with these, I had to use 20s because the 18 kilo dumbbells were used. I have never used 20 kilos in my life, so it was pretty hard, and you can tell I actually ended up not doing, again, my rep range was 10 to 12, so I did a drop set, which I'm going to show you guys. Now with these, you want to come down to your ears, push through, fully extend your arms and bring them together. Lots of people do these wrong, where they push out rather than pushing in. So you only need to come to 90 degrees in line. Dumbbells in line with the ears is what I think about. Usually it helps to have a mirror. Didn't have a mirror here, but usually I look in the mirror to see. And then this is my last rep, which this is how your last rep should be, ladies. So this was my max rep. I then threw the weights down and then picked up the 16s, and then I did, well, the remaining reps, which was 5, which again was, just to be fair, as many as I could do, because by this point I was very fatigued, no rest, straight in, 16 kilos flying up, and then we just did as many as we could do here. So the thing to think about is the tempo. We're going to go 3 on the way down, so 3, 2, 1, 0 second hold, 1, 2, 3 on the way up. Now obviously as you get more tired, the tempo might be a bit slower on the way up, but you really want to control those weights on the way down, and this is how, again, your last rep should always be. That means that you push yourself till mechanical failure and you can't do another one. So that is how I always judge my weights and know whether or not I can go up or whether that weight is the right weight for me. Then moved on to dumbbell side raises. I did a drop set here, so this was 6 kilos. What to think about here is the top of your hand should be facing the ceiling. It is really about control. I see these wrong a lot of the time. People are swinging them, they're not controlling them. You need to control it on the way up as well as the way down. So this is obviously sped up for you guys, but I did just do 10 to 12 reps at 6 kilos. I then picked up the 4 kilo dumbbells, and I then did max at 4 kilos, which was brutal. By this point, my shoulders were pretty toasty. Now, this is working your side delts, and this is obviously a different part of your delts to what I was doing the push press. So I try to, in my shoulder push days, try and work different parts of the shoulders. The only thing I didn't train in this session was rear delts, but I will make sure next week that I add on rear delts to one of my sessions, whether that be my push or my pull session, just because I completely ran out of time. We are going to go for tricep dips. We're going to go max reps, and we are going to do 3 sets, and then I'm done because I'm literally running out. I've got PT in half an hour, so I've got to be really, really quick. Now, this is way too wide, so I always do it on the inner one. If you can't do these yet, by the way, what you can do is you can do banded, so put the band round like that, and then what you can do is put your knees in here. So if I was a beginner, you could use the assist machine, or you can use this. Cross your legs, keep them behind you, and really keep your elbows in. Don't flare them out, keep them in, and let them come back and lean forwards and push up. That is what I would do if I couldn't do these just yet, or you can even use the assisted machine as well. But we're going for body weight, max reps. Oh, I'm hooked. And then we're going to go home and eat. Right, let's go. Oh, I'm pretty fatigued. Keep your feet behind you tucked. Just come down to 90 and push up. The more you lean forwards, the more chest is. The more upright you are, the more triceps. Oh my god, I lost count. Shit. The shoulders, the triceps are fully burnt out, but
That is a really good, all the back of your arms. It's a good one. Yeah, it's a bit of a rush one today. Literally in here for an hour and 5. So I'm gonna do an hour and 10 and then go. I wanted to do some like wall walks, I wanted to do a few other things, but I'm just not gonna have time today. Some weeks are like that. I do take about 60 to 90 seconds rest in between, depending on how much I feel I need. But by the end of the session, I need like 5 minutes. So I just realised that I just filmed a whole set helping you guys with the tempo, and I cropped out like my whole body. So here we are again. This is actually going to be my final. So I'm doing an extra set just for you guys to help you with your tempo of these. So you want to do 3 seconds down. So 3, 0, 2. So it means 3 seconds on the way down, a 0-second pause at the bottom, and a 2-second drive up. And I'm going to show you what that will look like. But tempo is important. You can't just drop your body and not control it. You have to control it on the way down. So 3, 2, 1. Keep the elbows tucked. 1, 2. That is how I do my tricep dips. You don't need to come any lower than that. If you're going all the way down to here, that is now chest. And if you're leaning too far over, that is also chest. So I hope this helps you guys. I have got to go home now, and then I'm off to Birmingham. So driving down to see my best friend. We're going to train together in her gym this weekend. So that's going to be a spicy one. So I'll see you guys either tomorrow or the next day. I definitely did need that rest day yesterday, but I still feel tired. I think because my training at the moment is just so intense. Good sesh, good pump. Let's go home and get some food. How are you feeling, Harry?
Scared?
We're excited. Get this done. Let's go. We'll see you in about 5 hours.
So this was my dynamic stretches before my workout. Obviously I'll pop on screen the hyrox workout itself so you can see what I did. It did take me under 1 hour 5, but obviously I didn't probably do the rest times properly because I was doing it on my own. But I averaged about 4 minutes 40 per K, and I was pretty happy with this.
Well, that was a full week of workouts, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. I'm back from Birmingham now. It's Monday and I'm editing the video you're just watching now. But that was a full week of workouts and a typical week in the life of me training. So I hope that gave you a little bit of insight and it helped you guys. Also, let me know what you guys want to see, like as in mic'd up workouts. Do you prefer voiceovers? Like what is going to help you more? And what do you want to see more of on my channel as well to help you on your fitness journey? I hope this inspires and motivates you guys, whatever journey you're on. Comment down below what journey you are on, what you do want to achieve. I'd love to know what you guys are up to and what you guys are working towards so I can help you further with this channel. But I just want to say thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you don't follow me already, hit on my socials. In between my 2-week uploads, obviously be sharing what I'm up to on Instagram. So head over there if you haven't done so already, and I will see you guys very soon.